Welcome to Take It from the Iron Woman. My name is Susanne Müller, your host and the Iron Woman. This podcast is about empowering yourself and others to make real changes in the world. You will hear from everyday, smart, sophisticated, hip people like you and me. Not everybody has to be an Iron Woman to impress the world. Together, we will learn from the sports and business leaders how you can become a more successful person as an entrepreneur or a leader. It's one step at a time, one day at a time. Take your steps now. Take your big steps now. Join me on this journey to success. Take It from the Iron Woman. We have spoken to Donna before, now twice. And today is a special episode because she told me, I have another story. This story needs to be heard. Tell us your story. It must be something magical. I know I like when you use that word magical.
Okay, so this was probably 1999. I had become friendly with somebody. I was working in the law firm, and I had become friendly with somebody who worked in the California office because we would work on these deals together, and we'd end up being on the phone all night waiting for stuff to happen. So we got to be friends, but we'd never met. And we decided we were going to go to Italy together for a month. And we met in Newark Airport, like online, getting on a plane. That's where we met. So we go to Italy, and we're bopping all around Italy, and we had a week in Tuscany on a farm just outside of Siena. And we pull up in our fancy rental car that we got because we were nice to the rental agent, and most people weren't. And we pull up and we see this beautiful farm with this beautiful rustic farmhouse. And in the farmhouse are 3 apartments, and we had an apartment. And then there was, I don't even remember who the other person was, but there was a judge who was from Washington, D.C., who was on sabbatical there for 7 weeks. And he had this rotating group of family and friends visiting him while he was there. But the week we were there, he didn't have any family or friends. We were like in our 30s, and he was probably 70 at the time. Mm-hmm. We just became fast friends with him. He was funny, and he knew the area, and we just started going all over with him. And after about 3 days, we were sitting out having dinner outside under the catalpa tree. It was beautiful. It was October. The weather was perfect. And he said, when you two got out of that car, he said, my first impression was, here are these 2 beautiful American women, and I'm going to get to spend the whole week with them.
Oh.
And then he said, and one is like a delicate flower, like a bird that you just want to give her a hug and take care of her. And the other one, that's the one you want to build the foundation of your house.
Wow. He assessed the 2 of you right away.
Yeah. And this morning it dawned on me that I have been building foundations my entire life. And this is what I help people do, is I help them build these foundations of their stories, of the things that they've already achieved in middle age, in those post 50 years, when the world is systemically telling us to sit down and shut up. I'm helping people go through what they've already achieved to build that into the foundation for what comes. And that story reminded me how long I've been doing this.
1999. And I think that judge was really a forward-thinking person. He saw that even when you got out of the car. And what I also think is, like, everybody has a good story. I remember once somebody said, you have such a great story. And I was like, everybody has a great story. Yeah. You just need to make it a good story. We all dream of Hollywood or whatever.
But this is what happens. You know, the whole line about reinvention is really like this brigade of imposter syndrome, because it's telling us everything that we have done for the last 20, 30, 40 years doesn't matter, and we need to start over again. But we don't need to start over. We need to remember the things that we put aside, that we put somebody in front of us, that we said no or we just stepped away from because we didn't feel like it was ours. But when you have a little more time and a little more wisdom, you can now start to pull these things back, and you could remember what you've already accomplished. You could let go of the parts you don't need anymore, and you can take what's left and build this foundation that becomes the vehicle that takes you where you're going next. And it doesn't need to be redesigned. It doesn't need to be rebuilt. It needs to be remembered and incorporated into what is tried and true and what is new. and brought together to help you build this business or this passion or this hobby or the relationships, whatever it is. But it's that thing that incorporates all of your parts that brings you into what's next.
And I like to add another word, reawaken.
Yes.
Some of it is like deep down is, I always wanted to do it. I always wanted to do it. I know people, they always say next time. I'm like, no, now is the time. And I always write, if not now, then when? If we have an idea, go for it, because otherwise somebody else might take it. And then you're like, I should have done that. I could have done that next time. Why not now? What is next for you? So you have the foundation. What are you reawakening for the next few months?
So what I did was I just put things together in a different way, and AI really helped me to be able to reflect back on what I already have. I always feel like, oh, I need to do more, and there's not much more I could be doing.
You gave me the numbers. You spent 30 hours producing your newsletters, the interviews, connecting with people. So how many more hours do you want to work?
Oh, that's not even work.
Yeah, that's not even work, right?
Yeah, that's not even work. Then there's work.
Yeah. So my question to you is like, how can you become that butterfly, the other person? What did your friend have that you don't have because you're building the foundation?
I don't think I could be her. I like building the foundation. I like being resourceful and
Grounded.
and yeah, no, I don't think I could be her because she's very needy. I'm not needy. I don't want to be needy. What I need to do is I need to focus on my health this year.
Okay.
Because I launched my son. I rebuilt the foundation of my business. And now it's the time for my body.
So pause for yourself, good health. And thank you so much for adding this story of building the foundation, which is so important. We cannot build the bridge when we don't have the foundation. Thank you so much, Donna.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Donna, for this extra story. Sometimes somebody is observing you and they see what you're good at. You're the foundation lady. Thank you so much for offering this. And as of February and March, join the Substack where you can get much more, at least one session with me, coaching, but also cool stuff that is happening. Substack is the way to go. And take it from the Iron Woman. We have episodes every Monday. Come and join us. Don't miss out. And you get really cool stories, extra stories that have the magic in it. And Take It from the Iron Woman is also the book, Global Business Coaching with Sports Parallels. Download it or get it in your local bookstore and join the Substack. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.